What's up, guys? I'm Star, and today I will be teaching you about materials and colors. Now, when you're first starting out to build, you probably have known nothing about materials and colors, but this is a very good concept to grasp when you're first building, and I guarantee you, if you make a room that has good wall designs in general, and you use your materials and colors right, it'll get a lot of traction. Now, there are multiple and many different combinations, probably infinity combinations that you can use for minerals and colors. Today I will be teaching you how to use materials and colors with wall designs, because when you're first starting out to build, I feel like wall designs are the easiest to work with. Now, when you're making wall designs, I prefer to have a concept or an idea pulled up. Now, if you're more advanced in building, you can obviously come up with your own. Or, if you're following along and building with me while I'm saying this, you can come up with your own as well. Now, if we turn our eyes over here, we have a few wall designs that I have made to showcase to you guys today. Now, for this wall, I have used only 3 materials. The materials I have used are worn wood, carpet, and sand. Now, you're probably wondering, 3 materials? Wow, that doesn't seem like a lot. Yes, it kind of is. Because if you don't know how to use them properly, then your wall will end up looking like really bad. So, you want to make sure you're using them correctly. Now, clearly, I have used worn wood here, carpet there and then, surprisingly, sand on these wall liners. Now, you want to make sure that when you go to recolor something, that your texture isn't that big or that small. Now, when you're using worn wood or carpet or any other material that is super big and super ugly, when it is big, you want to make sure you use it small. Now, for example, if I were to manipulate this, go to worn wood, and make my size just 426, you can't even see the worn wood. And if we were to make it 37, it's looking a little bit bulky, but better. Then if you go to 10, it's looking like how it exactly did before. So that's what I recommend with worn wood. Now, with carpet, I recommend the same thing, going not too small, but not too big, because if you go 10% on carpet, then you can barely see the material. Now, if you go about 240, still a little too big, but better. You're going to probably want to go in between that, maybe a little bigger, just like that. See how the texture isn't that big to where it hurts the eye, or too small to where you can't see it at all. Now, moving on to our next wall design. This one is a little more about designing instead of colorization. This one, I found this on a Pinterest page, and I decided to recreate it for you guys. Now, when you're making wall designs, you want to be really creative with what you do. Now, see, I have wall liners, of course, because honestly, I think wall liners just bring out the wall even more than if it didn't have it. Now, see, I just have a simple design, and I use, squares and a half pipe for this. Not all of your designs have to be made out of tube. That is one concept that I think many people don't get. Not everything has to be made out of tube, especially walls, because tube takes up more ink than normal shapes, and we don't want that if we're working in rooms V1. Now, if you're working in rooms 2.0, then that is a different story, but building is also different in rooms 2.0. Moving on. Now, this is going to be a very short video because there's not many things to talk about when talking about designing or materials or colors. But one thing is, again, you want to be creative with your wall designs and maybe even come up with some wall designs on your own. Now, this is probably more of a modern design than the wall designs you would see today normally. And wall designs don't have to be extraordinary. For example, see the stripe back there? It is perfectly okay if you just want to do a stripe, but make sure you use your materials and colors correctly or else it will look slop. Now, obviously it's Rec Room, it's gonna look good, but for you doing it yourself by building games in Rec Room, you want to make sure you are using the right materials and colors. Now, again, kind of a short video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, or you can DM me on Discord and ask me that question. It was nice teaching you guys today. Make sure to subscribe and turn those notifications on for more videos. I'll see you next time.